Well, the client cancelled today, so I've got a lot of time to kill. So I thought I'd bring you along and show you how I try to stay productive. So every morning my cat wakes me up, begging me to feed her, and here I am just starting my day, just popping some pills. These are actually hair pills, just trying to keep that hair looking great. So recently I went to the dentist for the first time in a very long time, and as someone who takes their oral hygiene extremely seriously, I brush and floss every single day. I realized I had a ton of things wrong, and my dentist made me feel really bad about it. Also, does anyone else cut the bottle open to get every last drop? I feel like I can't be the only one. Then it's time for some breakfast. Just make some pancakes. These are some sourdough pancakes made with my starter right here. I'm showing you my starter because it's active enough to make some bread, which I will be making some later. You're probably wondering, wait a minute, those are crepes. Well, in the UK we call crepes pancakes. It's pretty cold today, as you can see. Flip, oh yes. I was a bit scared because I was scared that it was gonna flip and splash oil all over me. And I like to keep my pancakes simple, usually just a bit of butter and some maple syrup. Sometimes I go crazy, a bit of Nutella, or even go really wild. Add a bit of cream in there. So the client today did cancel, but fortunately it was just to reschedule. Basically the venue wasn't ready for them, and since I didn't want to waste this day, I thought it was a perfect time to make my sourdough bread, because sourdough takes an entire day. But obviously I didn't want to waste this day, because I was ready. I was creatively ready to make something. So instead of doing nothing, I thought I'd bring you guys along and show you my day. So after breakfast and getting my sourdough bread started, I decided to do a bit of admin, which was sending a crap ton of files to the client, and also to do some editing. What I'm doing right here though is checking on my window plants and just checking for pests, because I've been dealing with an aphid infestation. Thankfully I am getting on top of it, so it's going to be not too long before I have it completely under control. So whilst those files are being transferred over to the client, I decided to hop on my bike and dispose of my this hideous bag of plastic bags and take it to the recycling in the supermarket. You know, I try to be as responsible as possible. Like, there's enough going on in this world, so trying to be as eco-friendly as possible just helps with that eco-anxiety that I think a lot of us deal with. But you know, however small this helps, you know, it's still something. So back to my sourdough. So there's a particular brand and a particular flour that I use for bread making. It's because I've tried other ones and it just doesn't give me the same results, and this is it. Canadian white bread flour. Like, I don't know why, it's just the best. Then I did some reading. I tried to read like at least a chapter or at minimum 10 pages a day. And a quick summary of this book is basically all about empires and why nations succeed and fail, and it does so through analyzing historical events, and basically everything is just one big cycle that repeats itself endlessly. Then it was the evening, which means it was time to go to the gym. So my working out, my exercise is pretty simple. Is getting on the bicycle and lifting weights. My gym sessions are very simple. It's basically just squat, bench or deadlift, and then I just do about 4 sets, very, very heavy, or I just push myself really hard. And then I do some sort of bodybuilding movement, like some sort of row, something like that. I keep it very simple. I keep it very minimal, about 3 to 4 movements maximum per session. And I'm in and out of the gym no more than like an hour 15. Over the years, I've been lifting for like 5 13 years now, if not more, 14. And I realized that if you just push yourself really hard, you don't need to be faffing about doing 6, 7, 8 movements. Just do quality movements, good form, high, good intensity, and yeah, that's what I do. In terms of what my goals are, I don't really have that clearly defined a goal. It's basically just to be as strong as possible, as lean as possible, for as long as possible. Then it was dinner. I got some pan-fried chicken, some roast potatoes, beetroot salad, and a leafy salad. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I had my sourdough starter, and it was fully active, ready to be making some bread with. And here I am forming the doughs to be wrapped up and then put into the fridge for the overnight bulk ferment. So if any of you have made sourdough yourselves, you'll know that a lot of steps happened before this, and sourdough is literally an entire day, if not 2-day endeavor. So I skipped a lot of steps I haven't shown you guys, and what I'm doing here really is actually, it's called the shaping, and I'm trying to create a bata, which is sort of like a rectangular oval shape, and now I'm just pinching down the seams, and then I'm going to be putting that into my forms, which is basically just a bowl with a flour dusted cloth. I wrap that up, and then this will go into the fridge, and this is the second dough, and I'm just pulling it in just to create some tension on the surface. And the reason why I've been really into making bread lately is because good bread is so expensive, and making it by hand, doing it myself, has saved me a lot of money. And also it's kind of like film photography. It's a really labor intensive thing, but it's super rewarding, and there's so many things that can go wrong along the way, and so when it does go right, it is so rewarding. And this particular dough, or this particular batch, is the first batch that actually went well for me in a very long time. I baked 2 or 3 batches beforehand, and they all just went really badly. Like, I don't know what was going wrong, and basically I realized that my sourdough starter wasn't active enough. They were just doughy, and just not doughy, but they just had no rise. They just were underdone, underbaked. It was all wrong. So this particular batch came out perfectly. It was unbelievable. So after letting it cool to roughly room temperature, it was finally time to cut it open and look at that crumb structure. Look at that crumb structure. There's a bit there's a big pocket of air there, which I'm a bit annoyed about, but can't really control that. But listen to that crunch. Listen to that crunch. That chew. Unbelievable. Anyways, thank you for watching and watching me try to be productive after the client has cancelled. So yeah, I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. See ya.